Welcome. I'm your host, Maxine Millimeter, and this is XYZ, where everything that's happening is happening here. We start with amazing leaders throughout the city that's breaking the cycle and claiming a new light on a brighter tomorrow. We have city trustees, mental health specialists, and much more. It's not just real chat, it's real people and impactors showing you how even you can do it too. It hasn't been easy, but it's all here for you to be informed. So buckle your seatbelts and remember, no shade. We discuss it all here under the sun.
Before we air today, we would like to thank our higher power for allowing this opportunity to connect with each other to inform our communities of various information and resources.
He's placed lungs into our bodies to live and press forward each day, as well as blessed us with our apprehensive resources to perceive each message. Thank you, Lord. We love you. We honor you. In Jesus' name, amen.
Today, we're sitting down with an artist whose voice, vision, and versatility are making waves. Not just in music, but in fashion and conversation. From honest lyricism to bold reviews and streetwear that speaks, they're building a movement, not just a brand. And now, they're gearing up their release for most personal project yet, From the Archives. We talk about the story behind the music, the layers of growth, and what fans can expect from this new chapter. XYZ introduced today, none other than JayVSJane. How are you?
I'm good.
Thank you for coming.
No problem. This is overdue. Long overdue.
Yes. Now, do you remember the moment you realized music was, like your calling?
Oh yeah. I was like in second grade, and we was at my auntie house. My cousin Nicole always used to make us clean up, but she always played Lauryn Hill, Misunderstood album.
Okay.
And I always see her videos come on TV. So like, as I got older and started getting into poetry, I just started listening to her on my own, and that
Miss Lauryn?
Yeah, like to see somebody that looked like me on TV, that made me want to like be that.
Right.
Like, I just really like the whole aesthetic, the pain in the music, the reality of the music.
Yeah.
It was just like we had like a little connection. That made me want to do music.
So is it safe to say like she's one of your musical aspirations?
She was my first one. She was my very first one.
I love that. I can see that. Okay.
That's why I got locked. That's why I went and locked my hair up.
Wow, that's dope. See, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So, how was like your artistry involved from your early work to now, like especially like leading into your new project?
Like I said, when I was a kid, I used to write a lot of poetry, and then I ran across this guy I went to elementary school with. His name was Chucky. R.I.P. Chucky. And we was in like 7th grade around this time, and we had like a Christmas play, and this was like Jaquan, Tizzy, everybody in the play.
Okay.
He was like, "Do you want to like freestyle over there?" And I was like, "What's a freestyle?" And he was like, "Just write a verse, and then remember it, and then we're gonna do it at the play." So I'm like, "Okay, cool." So I go home, write my verse. We go do the play. When the Christmas play came, and all the 8th graders was like cheering me on, the whole 6th graders, 5th graders, and everything. And my principal, he was like kind of shocked because nobody knew like I did that. Everybody just knew me as a tomboy that played basketball from the community. And once everybody like started to see that I did rap, they started to like look at me differently, and that made me want to like do music more because a lot of people don't know like I get stage fright real bad. Even when I play ball, like
Really?
right up until the first play, I'd be real nervous. I don't know where that be coming from, but I'd be like real nervous. But once I get into the groove of everything, then it starts to mellow out. But once I did that with Chucky, it made me want to start doing it more. So once I got to high school, it's this guy named Nick. I think his artist name is like Coach Fatality. He a producer, and we used to sit in our biology class and make beats and just rap over them or whatever. And then by the time senior year came, I actually got in the studio with my friend Joe Roper. He's a designer now. And this other producer, his name is Rio. We recorded up in Roper Crib, and we did a song to Beamer, Benz, and Billy. Who is that? He was in G Unit.
I know what you're talking about. I can't think of it off the top.
Yeah,
but
we did Beamer, Benz, and Billy. And by the time I went to college, I'd say like 2012, I was just writing here and there just to keep myself writing. But I made a song in 2012 called Turn Up For What? Oh my God, Corey and this dude named Ray Chris.
Wait, you said turn up for what?
Turn Up For What? It's on my SoundCloud. That was on my SoundCloud. That was my very first song I put on SoundCloud. When I went to New Orleans, Dillard University in New Orleans, I was just writing here and there, but 2016 came, my grandma passed. That's when I started taking music so seriously. Like, I think that affected me so much because that was the only way that I can be like expressive.
Yeah.
So that's what I wanted to do after that. Like, my dreams was always to go to the WNBA. And I was like, if I don't make that, I'm gonna just be a dentist. And then if I don't do a dentist, then I'm gonna just be an artist. But I always carried myself as an artist before anything because I wrote poetry first before I started playing sports. And I think my grandma passed and like set off a light bulb to be like, this is what you want to do. But being an artist and knowing what that carries is just not like we just get on stage and we rap. Like, I've been involved in, in my community, the schools that I work for, or whatever the case may be, to just even be a lending hand sometimes in other people's, that stuff that they do for their communities. I just feel like my calling was always to help people, but like musically, I just want, the people that do support me and listen to my music to understand, like, I go through a lot of stuff that people go through, everyday people go through. So I just want to, that's how it come about for real.
I feel like as, like a listener, to be a relative artist is extremely important, and not even just important, but it's well needed. Like you never know what somebody's going through and how they use their outlet. And music is typically, in this generation, like one of the key forms of outlet of expression.
Yeah.
So when you're making music, especially when it's relative and it's impactful as it has been yours, that's a great thing, because it's like you're not just throwing out words, but you're speaking to something that someone can be in tune with. Because now that I'm in touch and I actually can, I can see the vision a lot better. Yeah. So when you're telling me that you've been through these ground zeros and I see that you're prospering now, I can see that through me,
Yeah.
So that's a beautiful thing. I love that. Thank you for sharing your journey, and rest up to, your friend Chucky and my condolences as well as that as well as your grandmother as well.
Yeah.
Now, what do you feel like has been the most fulfilling part of your journey so far?
It's just to be expressive. I didn't grow up in a household to where you can speak your mind, but to a degree. You know what I'm saying? And I just felt like growing up, I couldn't say certain things, or I couldn't act certain things without getting my ass beat.
Man,
confiding in my siblings, it only goes so far, because when we were kids, I was always looked as the problem child because I was always speaking my mind and I didn't care. Like, I'm not gonna say I didn't care. I just felt like I shouldn't be boxed to not speak how I feel when y'all tell us to speak how we feel. Like, so just confiding in them, I just felt like it helps to a degree, but musically I get to be who I really want to be and verbally can speak that and not feel bad about it. I always felt like this when I started making music. Like, when you get older and you hear your younger self and you listen to your older self, just go back and listen to how your life changed and certain cycles or whatever it is that you went through, and see how you either broke it or you sat in it or changed it, whatever. And I always took that into accountability. Like I said, I started wrote my first song in 2011, 2012, so I was about like 20, 21. I'm 33 now, and listening to my music, I can hear the changes, and I'm just proud of that because a lot of people, everybody like music. You know what I'm saying? I don't really care about that as long as it sounds good. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But everybody have those moments, and then everybody has those moments where they want to speak their truth. You know what I'm saying? Like we have club music for a reason. We have sex music for a reason. We have drill music for a reason. All types of different things for a reason. And I just feel like, express yourself how you express yourself or whatever. But me, I always looked at this as a true artistry and just a way to, to cope with it.
So let's talk a little bit more as far as your podcast. Now, what inspired you to start, and how did you decide to focus on music reviews? Is it more so you just like, man, look, I'm tired of y'all just making this bull?
Since COVID, people been asking me to do podcasts because I'm so vocal and I'm very opinionated. I think it's just the Sagittarius in me. But I'm so vocal, and I be with the backlash. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not one of the people where I just feel like I just get online and just be rage, baby. I just ask my friends, I just feel like we should all just start a podcast. We all speak in different type of settings with outside friends or outside family or whatever the case may be. And I just feel like I have a good group of guy friends that, that actually does certain things, and people actually listen to them, and they move in a certain type of way that I feel like is positive. You know what I'm saying? And I don't be around people who just do whatever. I love the positivity. I love how my community all helps each other. My whole community have each other number. Just being a mutual of me. You know what I'm saying? So, I feel like I've done everything, and I just feel like it was just time to start speaking because people don't see me being super transparent online. I just post my business or my music and, being funny sometimes, but I just don't really talk. I just feel like there's so much negativity in the community. I feel like positive things and holding people accountable and teaching people certain tools of life that I was never taught as a youngin' would help, just to be a voice, positive voice.
In a year, because you got to listen to them. Now, do you find it challenging to critique other artists, while also being your artist yourself?
No, I feel like it's kind of 50-50, but no, not really.
Okay. It's not too much of a challenge.
Yeah, because, as an artist, you're an artist too. I feel like everybody takes the music is differently. Mm-hmm. But for me, I don't critique people's stuff. I try to tell people what it is that I hear, maybe you should try this in background vocals or have a different engineer try to, sauce it up a little bit, or go in there and try to do this, play with your voice a little bit. Right. I don't try to get out here and be nasty with people. So I don't believe in, negative critiques when it comes to people's artistry. But I try to give people the best advice as I could, because I like when people critique my work and be like, oh, you should have tried this, or try to tone this down or whatever. I like that type of feedback because it lets me know that you actually listen to me and that you actually care about my music. I just don't feel like I benefit from that. I like to benefit from just having certain interactions with people. People like, oh, she was just real genuine. I know her to be a genuine person, or she's just real. So I try to be truthful to what it is that I say and what it is that I do.
Right. Now, what do you do when reviewing for a song or an album? Are there specific things that stand out to you?
The first thing is production. The beat is hard, and I can rock with it. But I'm such a melody, harmony type of girl, even with rap music. If you can switch up your flow or punchlines, I'm a real life punchline, metaphor, bar me out type of girl. Even if it's fun or even if it's conscious, serious, whatever, I love that. As far as R&B or Afro music, whatever, melodies soften me up or something. Maybe something like that. Something like that.
I feel you.
I like to feel good, feel happy when I listen to good music.
Yeah. Okay, so now has it been a time that you felt influenced from reviewing somebody's music? Man, it's just so hard. Man, I gotta go up and listen to myself.
A lot of my friends. You, Funny, Rich, BA, Sinatras, there's so many people that I get influenced by. It be the power of their pen. Sonny and Rich, BA and Sinatra's, the way they write is so different, but they all like, damn. And it be like, damn, I ain't never like thinking nothing like that. Like, damn, let me get
right. I ain't like this.
You feel me? So I don't want to say it's like competition because it's not. It's just like, damn. Hold on, friend, let me get a little in this mix too. But it's like listening to good artists and how they come out with their music, especially if it catches me by surprise. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. But if I don't hear it and they just come out, I be like,
okay.
All right,
I don't like that. Right.
Come on, now. Let me go listen to some beats. Let me go listen to a little beat or two. But I love that that feeling of, you know, I don't want to say it's competition, but it's the inspiration, and you get to hear your friends actually pour their hearts out into their music and listen, like just knowing what your people go through and then they put it in a song. It's just like, I hear you, gang. I feel you.
Nah, I definitely get you.
It gives that.
It'd be a different vibe. Because you feel, like you said, like we were talking earlier about, you know, walking through the story, you know, especially when it's a friend. You know, I've been with you through very ups and downs. So when you're talking about this, I know exactly who and what you talking about. Okay. Now, let's chat more about your clothing line. You have a clothing brand as well.
Yes, ma'am.
And so, how do you use your clothing line to support or promote yourself?
Well, I founded Jane's World in 2021. Took a break, had some life things happen. Rebranded myself last year. It was called JayVSJane, and then I used to sing a lot. Like, I got a lot of unreleased music, and I say Jane's World a lot, and I'm just like, man, this sounds dope. I might as well just use this for my clothing brand. But like I said earlier, I never had a lot of people that gave back to the communities. So my proceeds for a lot of stuff, it do goes to certain places. I ain't gonna say where they go, but I do help out a lot of people when I do get, you know, sales or whatever it is that I get. And I just feel like as an artist and as a ball player, and music, all that ties in together. I grew up wearing sweats all the time. I like being comfortable, big tees, shorts, whatever. Like, it's just comfortable for me. Right. But knowing that I have a platform to where I can actually help people. When I do get money or whatever, I do save for, you know, rainy days, or if somebody has some type of event coming up for, like, as far as kids or people that's sick or whatever, I'll try to put that to the side or donate. Or even people that I know that, you know, that I'm associates of or friends of that's having a hard time and they have GoFundMe set up. I normally help them and I send them money with the GoFundMes if they have GoFundMes. I just try to be positive because I know how I feel. You know what I'm saying? I sound like I just completely went without or whatever, but I just know how I feel just to hit rock bottom. So if I know somebody probably needed more than I do, I have no problem with help.
You so noble, and right. I just love that about you. Like, seriously, I've known you for a long time. This is a really good friend of mine, and you have always had that, you know, kind giving spirit. And you know, I just thank you for just being who you are, and like I said, sharing the story just so people can get a better light of you, both inside and out. You know, musically, brandedly, and now physically. So, what or who inspires the designs in your brand? Like, are you tied to your music or the artist? Like do you, like, how do you do this?
Low key, it can be anything. It can be something that I'm watching at the moment. I can be scrolling on Instagram and be like, oh, this is decent. I'm gonna try to replicate this and put my own spin on it. Mm-hmm. Like, stuff like that. But my biggest inspiration is my baby brother, man. I always loved that man's style. Like, even when we were kids, he was just always different, especially during the jerking era. Like, he been rocking the skinnies before they was, you know. I just felt like he was always ahead of fashion.
Okay.
And you know, he acts kind of like me. We kind of act the same, but I always loved his style, and I bit off his style a lot in my adult years. even like shit that he was probably doing in 2012, I was probably busting that out 2015, 16, 2020 or something like that. And just, talk to my friends sometimes. They like, you try this or do this or whatever. But like basketball is definitely a big part of my inspiration. Like I just feel like sports connect everybody. Certain words of affirmation, certain quotes from, I ain't gonna lie, my favorite person is Malcolm X. Like certain quotes from that, or anybody that I felt like that was just, I felt that I was positive or I looked up to. But yeah, it can be from anywhere, honestly, any given moment, any given time. Yeah.
Okay, now, how do you like stay, balanced, staying consistent with the podcast, running a brand, and creating music all at once, without like saying like
It really be all the time. I don't know. I guess I'm getting so used to everything now. I don't sleep. I'm always up thinking about the next thing or how to be different, like while just being me, just being different from everybody else while just being me. And I write everything down. I try to stick to a timing sometimes, but doing so much stuff sometimes I overlap my schedule sometimes. It's just the level of discipline that I have. I put everything in my notes on my phone, I ain't gonna lie. I want to write it down in a planner, but I just don't have time for it. My phone always in my hand, so it's really a discipline thing, and trying to keep communicating with people that you work with or whatever, just so everybody can still be on the same page, having meetings. Life has really been life since I moved back to Chicago. I didn't think it was going to move this fast, but it's really what I've been manifesting. So I'm not complaining about it. Like, life ain't perfect right now, but it's like this keeps me going. It ain't just me I'm looking out of. It's me, my family, the people I work with, and they family, they friends. It's like, even though we're not making billions of dollars right now, I see the changes. So I'm doing something right. So I just keep that type of mindset to keep myself going for it.
Yeah, as you should. Like, your manifestations only goes as far as you envision it. If you just speak about the things that you want to do, I'm gonna be great. But if you can't see that you're being great and you just feel like, oh, I'm a failure in your head, I learned that you're gonna be that failure. That was gonna be a harder time for you to get to your success because you don't see your full potential yet. So it's definitely, it starts with you, and it starts the mindset. Exactly. I love that you said that. Thank you. Like, where do you see, you going in the next 5 years?
I ain't gonna lie, I see myself at the United Center, selling out the shows.
Hey.
I want everybody coming in with big jerseys on.
Everybody coming in with a shirt on.
You know what I'm saying?
Period, yes.
Yeah, that's the goal. Be able to get in front of my city and do what I love with my friends, family backstage, you know what I'm saying? But also making sales. Like, make sure y'all shop James World, link in my bio.
Yes. Now, what advice would you give to somebody trying to build a multi-creative platform such as yours yourself?
Ooh, like I said, discipline, write it down. I don't care if you got to make a moon board, vision board, whatever. Make sure you write it down. Set yourself daily goals, weekly goals, monthly goals, yearly goals. That's how I move. That's how I've been moving these last couple of years. Stick to those goals. It ain't just about your creativity. It's your real life too. Because if your real life ain't together, that creative world gonna be in chaos. Trust me. Yes. So you gotta fix your credit. That's a little goal, whatever. Fix your credit. Build your money. You got working 9 to 5 to help you build your dream. Do that. Don't be ashamed of what you got going on, but write all that down and stick to that plan. It sounds cliche. I swear to God, I always thought that. They just be saying that. That's some TV stuff. That is real life. Like, shout out to my boy Sam Sparks. I've been knowing that man since like 2012, and I seen his growth, and I seen his vision board, and seeing that man grow. I said, oh, if he did that, that's exactly what I'm going to do in my way, though. And that's just what that is. Write your stuff down and stick to your plan. Period. And have that discipline. Period. And have the mindset that you're going to get there. But y'all got to keep faith in yourself. When stuff get rocky and you feel like you ain't got no way out, or it's real hard to where you just can't keep doing it, that's the sign that you're leveling up. That's the sign you're going to the next level, because you done already handled and got comfortable with what it was that you needed to do previously. Now it's time to get to the harder things and knock that out. So just keep that in mind, for real.
I love that. Now, I know you already put you a plug in, but we gotta ask, where, and where all can they find you?
Y'all can find me everywhere at JayVSJane. My Instagram, my TikTok, my YouTube. My website for my clothes is jamesworld.myshopify.com. It's in my bio. It's in my clothing brand bio. Yeah, I also got a JayVSJane page on Facebook too. It's in that link in that bio as well. So, and from the archives, July 19th.
Yes. Make sure like that shoe pre-order right now. Today. Right now. And we gonna play it like that, a little snippet of one of the songs and stuff. Super excited to fill in with you guys. But that's all we have for today, and you heard it here first. Under the Sun. Peace out.
Still with this and in the party, drinking on Bacardi. Girl, go tell your best friend we're leaving in the morning. Touching on your left leg, girl, I know you horny. Driving with the left hand, girl, you know I'm scoring. Warning, walk it out, girl, what are we talking about? Walk it down in 4K, girl, you know we had to knock it out.
Are you an entrepreneur? Have a business or organization you'd like to promote? Be heard and tell your story. XYZ is looking to showcase you on our show. From chefs to city councils, from music performers to organizations, we want to give all an opportunity to be heard. Email us today and let's network at xyzunderthesun@gmail.com. Be sure to follow us on Instagram and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you, and peace and light.